Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Boxingwave, and we are back with another. Well, I wouldn't call this a breakdown. I just want to talk about Deontay Wilder's facing off against Tyrell Herndon, two real Herndon from Texas, San Antonio, tomorrow on BLK Prime, or you can order this pay per view because it is going to be a pay per view on payperview.com. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to go live tomorrow, right? This weekend, I'm not going to be able to cover any live fights on boxing. Okay. Um, but I did want to talk about this fight a little bit. Um, I was able to watch a little bit of Tyrell and just see what he has on YouTube the other day. And I actually did see his fight with Richard Torres Jr. where he was stopped. And I remember watching that one live. But outside of that, I'd never seen him fight. He do has like a one first round knockout loss against F.A. Ajagba. He has like about 20 something wins with like five or so losses. Um, so I did get a chance to like do my research on him because I wanted to see, I'm always looking to see if there's an opportunity for like an upset. But he has five losses and four knockouts, losses and 24 wins with 15 knockouts. He's not as big of a puncher as Deontay Wilder. Obviously, I don't think his style is tricky in any sense. You know what I mean? I think he's a decent boxer from what I've seen. I know he's probably been in a lot of camps with a lot of different boxers, but I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it. Like this is a tune-up for Deontay Wilder. This is a confidence booster for Deontay Wilder. Um, I'm seeing on the internet that Malik Scott is not going to be a part of this camp here. I don't know if that is permanently. I don't know if this is just, you know, not maybe if this is just because of this camp here, and maybe moving forward we might see Malik Scott in the future. I really don't know. I know Wilder is 39 years old at this point. He's been having some losses lately. He lost to Zhilei Zhang. He got knocked out in that fight. He lost to Joseph Parker. In a super clear decision, for Parker. He beat Robert Helenius, but then he lost to Tyson Fury twice, and it was stopped by Fury twice in a row. So he's been having it rough lately. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. I did see his interview with him. I usually go to 78 Sports TV because I know 78 has a relationship with him. Him and Black, who is, Black Fight Fan. He doesn't do boxing content anymore. But I normally go to them for the exclusive Deontay Wilder interviews because they have like a great rapport with Wilder, and Wilder usually give them the exclusive before he starts talking to the mainstream boxing media. But in this interview with 70 Sports, he didn't really say too much, and the interview that I heard was like Wilder was in a car driving. There was a lot of background stuff going on. So, I don't feel like Wilder gave me anything that I didn't really, I felt like that was like new, you know what I mean? Fresh. But as far as this fight, Herndon doesn't really, like I said, he doesn't really have a style that I feel like that would give Wilder problems. Yes, Wilder is coming off in his five fights, his most recent five fights, he lost four of them. All right. And three of those losses were by KO. All right. Herndon is not on a level of any of those guys that he recently lost to. Even Robert Helenius, who Wilder beat and stopped them in the first round. I don't think Herndon is even on his level neither. So the way I look at it is like I'm expecting Wilder to knock him out. I'm expecting Wilder to get back in the ring and probably fight another tune-up, unless a huge bag comes at some point. And I'm expecting all of this to play out where Wilder will take a couple tune-ups, knock a couple guys out, and maybe get a fight with Anthony Joshua or like a big name where he can make a couple million or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think Wilder at this point, he's going to be 40 real soon. I'm expecting him to get at least one more huge bag. at some point, or maybe two. You know, you never really know with Turkey in the game. You know, when you see guys like Gerald Miller, for example, that's still out there, he's had his losses, you know, failing as many drug tests as he's did, and he's still getting big fights. So I think if a guy like that can still get opportunities, I think Wilder can still get opportunities depending on if at least if he's at the level where he can still beat journeymen like Herndon, you know, and that's no disrespect. I'm just keeping it real. If he can still beat guys like that, I feel like Wilder can get another bag finding another name at some point, you know, maybe not the super elite at the heavyweight division. Elite. I just made a whole video about that word elite. But what I mean is like the top tier fighters right now. I think that Wilder can still get another bag in there, whether it's Anthony Joshua at the very top, if it's even a Derek Chisora, you know what I'm saying, or a Dillian White, or you know, like I still think that Fabio Worley. I still believe that Wilder is gonna get another bag or two as long as he beats guys at this level. Like if he were to lose tomorrow night, and this fight is on tomorrow, June 27th. This fight is tomorrow. If he's able to win this fight in a fashion that I'm expecting him to, and he probably get another tune up in between, I think he's gonna get another big fight. Because even with his losses, we gotta remember he lost to Zhilei Zhang, he lost to Joseph Parker, and he lost to Tyson Fury. You know, I mean, these are like top five, top 10 type guys that's been there in the past few years. You know what I mean? So, with that all being said, like I'm expecting Wilder to wash up Herndon. I don't think Herndon really brings anything that Wilder can't handle. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, with all of the criticism that I've given Wilder over the years, Wilder is a master at destroying guys at this level. Like this is what he does. He's gonna give a spectacular knockout. I do not believe he's in his prime. And I don't know what kind of preparation he has for this fight, being that Malik Scott is not in camp for this fight. I don't know if it's still time for him to learn some things. I don't believe that he's as athletic as he once was. I don't believe mentally he's as confident as he was because he's had the losses, he's been stopped, and then he's had some personal things going on outside of the ring as well. So I really don't know where Deontay Wilder is at, but I do believe that when he was in his prime, you know, I don't think he beat the very top tier. Like I think Luis Ortiz was one of those dudes that he beat. And for him to even beat that guy says something, you know, when that guy was still like in his better years and stuff. He knows how to beat good boxers, you know, boxers that I feel like guys that I feel like box better than him, you know, from a technical standpoint. He knows how to take care of those guys. But when it came to like the super elite of boxing, like a Tyson Fury, a Joseph Parker, and a Zhilei Zhang, he struggled in those fights because at the end of the day, if he's not getting a knockout, it's gonna be hard for him to win on points, you know, and he has to worry about getting knocked out himself. But when it comes to Tyrell Hernen, I don't really see anything there. You know, I don't really see anything special about him. Um, it's not really about me underestimating her. It's just the levels are completely different. And for the amount of footage that's on him on the internet, there's no fight that I've seen. Like I've skipped around several fights and I was like, he's just not on the level on or anywhere close to Deontay Wilder. If Wilder is to lose this fight here, it might really be over. It might really be a wrap. But I still believe that if Wilder takes another fight after this one, he probably get one more bag, if not multiple bags. Excuse me. So I have Wilder winning this one by knockout, brutal knockout. I'm curious to see what approach he takes. Is he going to be on a more like, you know, chill vibe. Like, is he going to be looking for the counter, or is he going to be being the aggressor? You know what I mean? Um, I'm really curious to see how he does here in this fight, because in the most recent fights, especially against Joseph Parker, I don't know what was going on in that fight, but that fight was not the Wilder I know. Even on his worst days, even in losses to Fury, he still fought his fight. The fight with Joseph Parker was weird. I think Zhilei Zhang just had the better of him. I mean, it was dangerous either way, because Zhang is a bigger fighter, southpaw, big straight left hand. You know what I'm saying? Big right hook. He's a big man with big power that's very durable. And I just think that stylistically, that fight was all wrong for Wilder at that time. But Joseph Parker, I'm still confused on where exactly Wilder was for that fight. He says that he's totally healthy, no injuries, nothing like that. A lot of fighters say that when they're coming off the losses, you know what I mean? But I'm expecting Wilder to take care of business for this fight. And I still think Wilder's name is still worth another bag or two going forward, even like approaching 40 years old. All right. So anyway, let me know how you feel about this fight. Again, I won't be here covering the fight, but I am curious to see how Wilder does for this fight. And I'll probably do a recap video after the fight is over. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Peace.